Ooh, that abrupt stop. Music's just like, no, no. How's it going? Talking to myself at this point, but that's fine. I'm talking to you, the viewer from the future, who is dredging up this VOD. I hope you're enjoying a nice decaf coffee as well. I used to go for that hot dirty bean juice at all hours of the night, but now I'm an old man and I can't manage that anymore. What's up, Brad? How you doing? So green tea for you. Isn't that's got caffeine in it though, doesn't it? Green tea? It's got just as much, if not more. I'm convinced. You can't convince me otherwise. I'm trying to preserve my sleep. However, Shannon is more of a night owl than I am, and she always wants to stay up, so maybe I should be having some caffeine. You're existing. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. I guess we can kind of get started. I got started a little late today, so I haven't updated the feed. You need caffeine to function at all times. Yeah. So it's funny that you say that. We're working on this Brent Schoonover piece, by the way, today. We got to update the little thing in the corner because I did not update that before we started. So you're seeing this in real time. This is behind the scenes. I'm like, wait a minute, is that right? That's right. There we go. It's all good. Um, it's funny that you mentioned that you need caffeine to function at all times. Uh, I just recorded sitting down and talking to Brent Schoonover, who did this line art for the Colorist Jam, also for the Colorist Jam, to help promote the jam. I said Colorist Jam a lot just then. I apologize. I'll think of some synonyms on the way there. I sent him the promos after I was done like editing them all together. One of them's up on the jam account, and I was like, hey man, what do you think? Like, you know, I'm gonna give you veto power, obviously, because I don't want to put anything out there that, you know, you don't want out there. And he was like, they look good, but I'm real dad tired. I was like, oh, dude, you're fine. It's a pandemic. Everybody's tired. So yeah, I get that. I get that caffeine. Whatever dingus made these flats, you're looking at him, and he screwed that up. So we're gonna fix that real quick right off the bat. We're gonna fix this right here. Look, we all make mistakes. We're all human. It's fine. I did these very quickly. Everyone is tired. It's true. Did these very quickly. Don't judge me. This is the cleaned up version of the file. Oh my gosh, look at this too. Look at this stray pixel over here. It's like I taught myself nothing. Look at this, just garbage. My flats are a ding-dang mess. I hope there's no blue over there. No. All right. We clean them up a little. Is this messed up? No, this is... You're embarrassed for me. Yeah, I know. It's embarrassing, to say the least. So we kind of fixed it up. These are not what the actual flats look like when you get them. Because I flatted this myself, I chose all the colors that I would want to start with, and then I changed them for the jam. Let's check out the jam. For those of you who don't know, hashtag Colorist Jam or @Colorist Jam brings you here. Can we get rid of this trending news? There we go. Here's the pinned tweet at the top of the page. It's got the line art right here, so you can color at home. Jump in the mix. Try your hand at comic book coloring. Here's me tweeting that I'm live. Here's some jam entries already. This one's fantastic. I love the background treatment. I like putting for the Colorist Jam, like putting stuff out that has some space for colorists kind of like do what they do, you know? And this is just so fun. What else we got? Cool. Love the shines. Nice. This one, I saw this one right before we went live. I love it. There's something about this one, like the dirtiness of it. Oh my God. We gotta start banning people. There we go. The dirtiness of this is really great. They did something to the line art. They like fuzzed it a little bit. And then like the rain isn't realistic, but it's like iconic, kind of like Brent's work already. Yeah, get that spam out of here. It's like perfect for Brent. Like I really like this one a lot. And this one feels like it's like indie comics. It feels like indie comics. I don't know. It feels like it belongs in like a spot illustration for a magazine or something like that. Like it's really cool. This one's I think my favorite so far. But we got a lot of really good entries. Like this one's great. The rendering on the face is great. Again, color showing off with the backgrounds. This one's cool. They did like a sepia, like toned down version. Indie cap, yeah. Yeah, did like a blurry American flag in the back. Works well. I like the I don't know how to describe it. Upwards light on him. We got some late entries to the previous jam. That's fantastic. Yeah, did another like kind of vintagey one. I was thinking we were going to do something similar to this, and we've seen 2 entries already. So I don't. Maybe we shouldn't do that. I think this is one of the first ones. This one's really cool too. A little dark for my tastes, but still really great. High drama, that's for sure. I think this was the first one. Really creative. For those of you who want to join in to the Colors Jam, like I said, the line art is pinned at the top of the feed right here. You can download that and get started. It's set up for Photoshop, but if you check out the responses in there, I believe somebody set it up for Clip if you wanted to do that. And yeah, post your work. It's, you know, there's no barrier for entry as far as skill level or whatever. It's open to the public. Anybody can join in. If you're new to comic book coloring, you know, post it up, see what you got. And, you know, it's judgment free, and you know, you get some eyes on your work that you wouldn't normally get. And if you're a pro, it's a nice excuse to kind of just, I don't know, experiment a little, you know? As a professional, we don't really get a chance to experiment a little. I just made the lines a little more red. There's like, we have to do a lot of like experimentation on the page, which is a little rough sometimes. It's tough to do, tough to find the projects and stuff to get to do what you want to do. So this is like a nice way to kind of like lean into figuring that kind of stuff out. So we just washed it with a couple of colors. Are we done now? This looks good. Are we? See you later, folks. This is a short one, huh? Whew. Whew. Silent Wolf, I agree. The rainy one's really great. I mean, they're all good, but like, yeah, the rainy one's my favorite. I think we're gonna work from this point, and hopefully we will not screw this up. That's a wrap. Yep. We're gonna take a yellow and kind of bring that up a little. That worked better. Those like color schemes worked better than I thought they were going to. And so that's why I was like, oh, well, all right. You cannot beat warm and cool. Like, it works well. Is this the right image size? Yeah, we're good. 2000, 2400. Did I shrink this? Do we gotta back up? Did I accidentally shrink this? No, this is the right size. Okay, I just want to make sure. You know what we should have done? We should have preserved the flats. I'm just like ready to jump in. I'm excited. That's the problem. There we go. And now we can do what we did before with the line art, making it a little more red. Not that much more red. Please go back. All right, let's get in here and put some shadows on him. We want to kind of echo the mark making that Brent put down for his shoulders. Like he did the Captain America that has like the scales, which is really neat. I like that Captain America. Brent, of course, has like a vintagey flair to all his stuff. We sat down and talked comics, which is why I wasn't streaming Wednesday, and then I didn't stream yesterday because I was editing what we were talking about. on Wednesday. It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. I just want to assure you that even though you do not see me, I am always behind the scenes working, ever present, always watching. Let's figure out what kind of light source we're going to use. I think there's definitely like a rim light here and here around his nose. Not so much here, but we can add that in. There's one here, and there's probably like this is probably one. He didn't go to the edge of the page, which is fine. We can kind of like smoke it out and like kind of make it. You exist outside social media? Are you sure? Not sure. Not sure, but I wish that I did exist outside social media. Man, I've got big plans for like how to handle my coming week and weekend. Speaking of social media, like, so I'm editing this thing for Brent, right? And I'm putting it together. And then I was like, man, it'd be nice if like, because I talk in the video, I'm like, you can go to the Colors Jam and like take part in whatever jam you want. And then I realized, I was like, oh, you know, like if we move the file or whatever, then like all the old links die. And I was like, man, it'd be nice to have like a central database for the Colors Jam. So that people could grab, you know, line art over the years, you know, if we do this for a long time, once a month, like, you know, 12 things of line art a year, we get 5 years in, that's like 60 line arts or something like that. People can grab whatever they want, you know, it'd be a real nice teaching tool. And, but then I was like, oh, then we have to build a website. And then I was like, I could kind of learn how to make a website. I was like, I don't know if that's something that like we necessarily want to do. But the reason that's on my mind, that's a lot of line art. Yep. For good reason, man. What's up, Charlie? Trying to be as helpful to people as possible with providing professional line art. I'd love to start, getting pages provided in here too, but you know, we'll see what happens. It'd be great to have like a database of pages to work on from professionals. So anyway, I don't know, just thinking out loud about that stuff. I don't know if we'll actually follow through or not. As you know, it's quite a bit of work to put all that stuff together. So, but I am thinking about putting together my own site because I've started like moving, you love that about me? About like trying to help people have like a good database of stuff, or about me making too much work for myself that doesn't pay anything. Is it the latter or the former? Trying to, you know, yes. Trying to basically make the resources that I wanted when I was in like 2004 and like trying to break in. The too much work just entertains you. Yeah. Always trying to help people. Yeah, man, because it's like, I don't know, a lot of some comic artists like kind of get in a cave, you know, but I find that personally, the more engaged with the community that I am, like, and the community being not only just like professionals, but like fans and people who are interested in getting into the work. the better it is for everybody, you know? Better it is for me anyway. Like, I feel energized and excited when I'm like that. In fact, this year in particular has been pretty tough because of COVID. There's been no cons, and man, I felt it hard. It felt weird for me. But yeah, I'm gonna try to build a website because I am like halfway through the pencils for my first zine. Definitely helped you navigate the comic industry. That's great. In fact, there's probably some stuff I could probably learn from you because you've got more experience cold calling than I do now. But I guess that's like, there's some resources that I feel like you make a thing and it's like, these stores are receptive to it and these stores aren't. And, you know, that depends on like the thing that you're making. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm sure that if you gave me a list of stores that were like, these stores are receptive, you know, like it might be a mixed bag for me. I might have to chart my own way. Sometimes you just gotta like get in there and do it yourself. We're just throwing in some shadows, pulling out the highlights, throwing in some shadows. No real rhyme or reason to this. Just kind of getting in the mix. My neighbor's dog is barking. His name is Carson. He's adorable. I don't think you guys could hear it though. Maybe you can. He's adorable and I don't mind when he barks. I had a good year or two, but I haven't made any headway without people pointing the way. Yeah. I feel you, man. Like, comics is hard enough without like having people like obstruct entry in. You know what I mean? Like, just physically making the thing. You've already like pushed the boulder up the mountain. You don't need, now my dog's barking at the other dog barking. You don't need like somebody like kicking the boulder back down when you get up there, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I backed your recent Kickstarter, by the way. Always been a supporter. Anyway, I think that I'm like ready to put together a website. I've got a couple stickers, and I realized that like basically anything and everything that I'm selling at shows, I should be selling on a website as well. You know, like I should just put the time in to like learn that stuff and build that site. I think part of it was that I didn't have the necessary like motivation, but then COVID happened and everything slowed down. And yeah, man, no worries. Everything slowed down, and then it was like, well, I got time now. Like the yeah, I will. I feel like the guy in the Twilight Zone who like in the vault when the nuclear explosion happens, and then he's like, I have all the time in the world now. Like it's kind of like that, except you still have to pay bills. Yeah, not great. little stressful, but yeah, I don't know how we're gonna do these shines. I think we're gonna do like a bounce light here on the shield, maybe even in here too. We're gonna figure that out as we go. Once we get like something down on the. Should I have made his gloves brown? Maybe. But yeah, now that I have time, I'm like, oh, I'm making things. And then I'm like, what the heck am I going to do when I finish making these things? Like I want to turn that Mothman into a print, for sure, because people love the Mothman. And, you know, let's face it, what's not to love? It's still too dark. What if we took like a blue instead of a gray? And we just yeah, so I was like, well, what am I gonna do with this stuff now once I get it, like once I get done with it? And then I'm like, well, I guess I gotta make a website. And then I was like, well, I guess I gotta figure out how to put together mailers, and like I guess I gotta figure out stamps.com. So like I guess that's what I'm doing, you know? It's a weird thing. Man, I don't even think we do lighten it up. Man, I feel like this is definitely a one and done. We're not gonna be streaming multiple days on this. I feel like we're just banging it out. For better or worse. I'm just like, use pirate ship. It's way better than stamps. No monthly fee. What's the Kickstarter? A stick? I don't understand what that means. Why not Kickstarter my stuff? Is that what you're saying? I might not. I might just want to like make it and then be done, you know? Like part of running a Kickstarter means that you have to run a Kickstarter, and that seems like hell on earth to me. No offense, Charlie. I know you've run many a Kickstarter. But yeah. Is this coming out pink? Is this pink? No, it's just white. It looks pink to me. Oh, spell check. What's the Kickstarter that Charlie's doing? It's White Ash. You should look it up. It's good stuff. Good book. It'd be up your alley for sure, Brad. If my memory is correct about your tastes. We're kind of putting this rough brush in. We're getting rough with it a little bit, because Brent has that vintagey flair, so we're gonna try to roll with it. For you running, it's not that stressful, huh? How was your first one? Was your first one stressful? I guess the one advantage of like doing the Kickstarter is that like once you're like, okay, I'm doing this Kickstarter, you're like, okay, I have to promote it. Like it kicks your butt to promote it. Like I can't just like build the website, put it up, and then be like, and I'm all done. You know, it's like you got to follow through. And if the first and second were very stressful, yeah, you got it to a point where you've kind of got it to a science, I'm sure. Should we do a blue here? Maybe not. Maybe just keep it warm. But now you get a large following. It's a little plug and play. Yeah. The thing I feel like about Kickstarter, and correct me because I haven't done one, but it feels like it's you do one to do the next one better, and you do that second one to do the third one better. Like it builds on itself. Man, it's turning pink. That train's rolling by. Yes, it does that. Yeah. We used a green there, that color. I don't know if that was smart or not, but you know, we're here. Um, Kickstarter goes the other way. If you have a good book, yeah. Um, it builds. Huh. Man, Captain America's shield is like, I feel like it's always a struggle because it's like domed. And I feel like every time I just totally beef it. I don't know. I never do it I feel like the best of what it should look like, the best of my abilities, I was going to say, but like, I don't even know if that applies because I'm definitely working to the best of my abilities. See, and we're like drowning out the reds now. We gotta make those bounce back just a little bit. All right, let's never look at this shield ever again. Still looks pink to me. It looks pink. It is pink. Turned pink. We can be a little messy with it. That's fine, because it's going to be a shine later. Put this one too. Maybe try to be a little tighter on this one probably, because it's around his face. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Maybe kickstarting it would be good, because like the work's gonna be done. So really Kickstarter would be like less of a Kickstarter and more of like a pre-order. And it might give me time to figure out like how I'm gonna ship this stuff, you know? I also feel like maybe I shouldn't be using this brush. Yeah, that's the problem. That's what Kickstarter is for a lot of people. Yeah, pre-order kind of thing. This is a weird shine. I can't figure this one out. Maybe like that? Yes. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I will, if I do decide to go that route. I got to get the work done first. I was thinking about getting the work done, and I have like a little money up front to kind of get it done. I was thinking about, actually, this is kind of funny, but in the scope of nerdy things, this is kind of enjoyable. I was thinking about selling my magic card collection in order to fund printing, like doing a 100 run of whatever I make, so that and then like having it on hand well before the Kickstarter even launches, so that it's like, you know, unless it goes above 100, like I'll just put the books out there like the next day after the Kickstarter ends. Like it'll just be so fast. Because I hate it when like I kickstart something and then it's like I'm like 2 years later I'm getting updates. That drives me nuts. But I don't want to be there. I want to be as quickly out the door as possible. That might be a little insane though. But I don't need those magic cards. That's for sure. So maybe it's fine. I was gonna go way more vintagey with this, but I just kind of like fell in love with this palette when we made it. For whatever it's worth. Depends on how long you're running it for. You got a great local printer out of Florida that can print your books in 2 weeks. Yeah, the other thing, this is the other piece that I was looking into. Outside of Kickstarter, I was like looking for a place that will do some screen printing here in town. I would kind of want to get into the poster game as well, because I don't put my eggs in enough baskets. Basically, I'm just like, hey, why don't we just throw money at everything? Because I'm a smart businessman. And then I realized that like the way that I drew the Mothman makes it really hard to screen print. Like I have to zip tone it and then like change it. So I was like, maybe I should just make prints of that and then make something for screen tone silk screening later, but I'm not exactly sure. So basically what's happening is like you still have the books ready to go and the campaign ends. Yeah. Basically what's happening is I started making things and now I'm like starting to get to the point where it's like, all right, I'm going to have these things made. Like, what do I do with them? And I'm starting to like explore that. And I feel like phase 1 is like make a website, put some stuff on there. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm excited about it, and I think it'll be a good learning experience if nothing else. And hopefully I'll keep it pretty updated. We'll see. I mean, everything's a challenge. I haven't made a website since using Dreamweaver in like 2000. So, you know, your boy's got some learning to do. My buddy Robert, he sells posters and stuff online. And Brent, I actually talked to Brent a little bit about it too, who did this line art. And they were both like, it's challenging at first, and then it just becomes second nature, like a job. Like once you figure it out, it's like it never gets more challenging. You just keep doing the same thing in like greater quantity. So I think it'll be fine once everything gets to like a nice conclusion. And it'd be neat to explore this and then put together like a guide for people as well. I was thinking about doing that as well. Like once I figure it out, see if I can make it easier for other people along the way. I don't know. We'll see. Triona mentioned that she might take the video that I put together for page rates and turn it into something that's a little easier to digest as far as written goes. So that might be happening sometime soon as well. Trying to arm everyone with as much as we can. Man, this stream has been like, these are all the things that I'm trying to do, and then I also want to help you with. It didn't mean to turn it into that, but here we are. Yeah, Trina's great. She's a good friend. I'm glad I got to meet her at New York City Comic Con because I know she's Irish, so she doesn't do a whole lot of shows because it's a journey for her. Is this blue where we want to be? Trying to figure that out. Maybe, maybe not. You too, man. I assume you're bailing out. That's fine. I don't know if I think this might be a little too much with the coloring of the line art. I don't think we need it, to be perfectly honest. Maybe we do, but like more subtle. Like that, maybe? Maybe? All right. Yeah, so building all this stuff is on my mind in addition to doing the regular stuff. There's going to be a point where we're going to start working on the table back there because I'm going to start inking some stuff. And I want to do some of that live. I also kind of want to jump into an inker jam one of these days. I think I talked about that before on a previous stream. I think the inker jam is really cool because inkers, like colorists, need to be highlighted just as much as anybody else. It's definitely an art form. It's difficult, and unlike coloring, I am my inking not the best. Not the best inker. So it'd be kind of neat to jump in and see like my inks versus other people's inks. I've seen some other people using the inker or the colorist jam hashtag as well, by the way, and I think it's great. I saw a Sonic artist using it for a shadow drawing. I'm like, more power to you. If you can get people to participate and like start doing some digital coloring, like, heck yeah, that's what it's all about. At first, when you're making stuff like this, you know, I have the advantage of learning from other people's mistakes because I saw Jake Parker have like a meltdown about the Inktober stuff. I don't know if you guys remember that. But there was like, he was getting like litigation involved and stuff, and it was like, oh buddy, you're so in the weeds. Like from the outside looking in, it's like you're not making any friends. I don't know. It was like, it was very weird. But it was also like, oh well, I don't ever want to do that. So like, even if we're making this hashtag, like, I don't ever want to be like policing a hashtag. That sounds like a nightmare, you know? So, I mean, he can do what he wants, but I saw that and I was like, that's not for me. And plus, the whole point of it is to like, you know, get people coloring. And like, if people are excited about different line art and they want to start coloring something else, like, man, all I care is that people are like coloring and understanding the medium a little more, you know? That's all we want. here at Colorist Jam Industries. I say here, but it's also Triona and Marissa helping out. We just put a bumper up for Brent. We're going to put one up every month, actually. Or every week, sorry. Every month. We have a new jammer next month. I don't know who we're doing next month, actually. I hope other people have figured this out, because I have not. But I had a bunch of extra time on my hands, and I was like, oh, we should do a big thing with Brent and like interviewing and stuff like that. I'm excited to drop the large interview. I did like a couple of bumpers, and then I did like a larger interview. I think it's really good. We talk about like his career and the choices he's made along the way, and how he got started and how he's gotten things published, and just a lot of like really interesting choices along the way. Stuff that like, some stuff that I'm like, yeah, I would have done the same thing, and other stuff that I was like, I don't know, man. There's like I wish that I made the choice that you make, but it's hard. We talk about how like, so like Brent has a very vintage style, you know, like we're, as you can see from the stuff we're doing right now. Should we even just, why don't we just do that? Keep the star intact. Maybe cover it with the shield just a little bit. I think that's the play. But he has a very vintage style, and like for early in his career, it was tough to get, you know, noticed by DC and Marvel with something like, they were like, hey, we like this, but like, you know, what, we don't know what to do with you. We don't know where to place you. And I've had like, I feel like that's a common conversation with artists. If you're not like, if you don't look like, if your work doesn't look like Jim Lee, the mainstream, and like you want to do mainstream comics, sometimes it's hard. Like they don't know where to put you. And so you kind of have to like either, and we were talking about the choice that he made, which I won't spoil because I do want you to check it out. But you know, do you try to carve your own path and prove your worth to Big Two, or do you readjust your goals, or do you carve out a market that like you didn't have before, that wasn't there before? Like it's like, how do you handle something like that, you know? Because like you also have to balance out like, well, you know, like I'm just going to do my own thing, like if that's what you want to do, but like there's also the realities of like, I gotta pay rent. Doing my own thing sounds good in theory, but you know, you gotta pay rent. That's the reality. We're gonna put like a little bit of blue in here. Is it too much blue? That might be good. That might be good. Put a little blue in the shadows. Just a little bit. I was trying to figure out what we should do with the other side here. Should we just kind of, we just crop it. We just do an aggressive crop. Boom. Boom. Done deal. Feel a little bad about that aggressive crop. Feel a little bit bad about it. But not bad enough to change my mind. Brent, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Sorry for the crop. I made a choice. I'm just kind of gesturing stuff in because this doesn't matter too much. It's not going to capture a lot of people's attention. I think we're close to done. Are we just done? We're not even close to done. Are we just done? Is that it? Just like it's not necessarily the flashiest, but like I don't know, man. Like, do we even have to get flashy? I mean, I feel like we're singing, you know? We've entered the phase of every stream where I can't decide if we're done or not, and I slowly lose my mind. Oh wait, we're gonna put a little bit of blue in there. I kind of want to punch out maybe that same red. Try to scale this back a little bit. This mark making that's happening here around the eyes and stuff. Maybe even in the ear. I don't know if this is gonna push it back too much, but it should be fine. I don't know. That we don't need to do that. What if we just lightened up the lines a little bit in the shines? We could push it a little bit around the edge here. We could even flare it just a tad, just a whisper, maybe. Trying to do all the things that I want to get done. All right, let's see if this is a quick one. I like these jams that are quick. Let's see if we can. Is that better? Better? Worse? Better? Slightly better? How about the saturation just a little? Just in case people's monitors aren't calibrated. Man, by the way, so there's terrible violence against Asian Americans recently in America, and some people were posting yellow squares, and there was I saw a conversation happening between a handful of people that was like, the square is chartreuse, and then like other people were like, the square looks yellow to me, and then somebody else chimed in and they were like, and you know, the whole thing of like, I'm gonna post this square is very dumb, but somebody was like, it's like a chartreuse on my phone, and then on my computer it's yellow, and I'm like, I saw that and I was like, welcome to the struggle of every colorist ever. It's like I know what I think it's going to print like, but I don't know what it's going to actually print like. Like, you look at this and you're like, can you visualize these numbers? 76, 57, 32, 10? I don't know. It's the struggle. That is the struggle of like, is my screen going to match the print? I actually just recently reread because I was talking to Brent. I was like, I'm gonna sit down and reread Devil's Highway, the book we just finished together, and I was rereading it, and I was like, I don't remember this color being this color. This is the first time I like checked it out in print, and I was like, oh God, is the whole book like this? And then I was like, how off is it? And then I was like booting it up in Photoshop, checking out the files, and I was like, well, I guess it is that color. I was like, maybe my memory is damaged. I don't know. But yeah, it was a struggle. All right, I think we're done here. We're just like noodling around at this point. We could define the shape a little better with the scales in the chest. Like, this doesn't look great. It looks a little sloppy, especially in here. But I kind of just want to call this done and watch some Cap and Winter Soldier, the new TV show. Kind of want to just call this done and watch some TV, you know? Let's put just a little sauce on it, though. Let's put a little. Just a tad. Just to let them know we're here. Just because I can't emotionally let go of what I'm doing. Man, I feel like we should ease back on the rendering in the face, even. God, we can't. I can never just fucking stop. I can never just like walk away. I actually did some pages to try out for a thing, some sample pages, and I don't know if I'm gonna get the project or not, but it was the same thing. It was like, what if I tried this? What if I tried that? It's like just second guessing myself over and over and over again. It's I think I'm built that way to a degree. Just scaling back the skin tone just a bit. Just a bit. Probably better. Let's see. Much better. It's too rough. This is like a little softer, a little better. I think that's it. Let's sign this bad boy. This nasty boy. This nasty captain boy. You felt you felt you weren't so late, but yeah, we're done now. We're only an hour in. Usually I stream for at least a couple, but this one just was fast, man. You can catch the VOD. Sorry, Diatra. I don't like my signature like that. Try to echo what Brent's doing. Yeah, I think we're just it. I think that's it. Man. Wait. I found something else to needle. Because I found something else to not emotionally let go of. Just kind of want to do the whole edge of this thing. And then take that red.
Oh, how appropriate. You're doing that while we're going to watch that tonight.
Yeah, I know. Just kind of like knock out the line right there. I'm like leaning in. You're just seeing the top of my head here. Yeah. What do you think? We done? I think we're done. I think we're done. We're done with this bad boy. Look at this guy. We did a well-lit armpit in here. I think that might be a little distracting now that I'm looking at it. Who needs a toolbar? Not me. Oh, I need the toolbar back. Yeah, I think he's done. I think we're done. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to try your shot at this line art, I might even try this line art again. Kind of want to like jump in again. Because I feel like we did something cool, but like I also feel like I didn't get to do the exact thing that I necessarily wanted to do. I don't know. But if you feel like you're looking at this and you're like, Nick Filardi, I can one up you. Jump on in. Grab that colors jam. Or you're looking at this and you're like, I want to try something similar. Jump on in. You're looking at this and you're like, we can make it more vintage. Jump on in. Like, you know, whatever you want to do. Colors Jam is open to everyone, and Brent's a good guy, and I hope that this Colors Jam is very successful. Because he deserves it. He's a good dude. And look for the bumpers. We're going to put them out every Friday. Him just chatting. It's going to be up on the @ColorsJam account. If you do take this line art and do something with it, put it up on @ColorsJam. If you, what else? Oh, we're going to put the larger interview with him talking about his career in great detail. You're going to want to check that out, especially if you're like looking to break into comics and you want to see how other people have done it and what they've put together. Absolutely check that out. He actually got booked a couple of jobs in very startling ways. Startling, so startling that I had to like stop the interview and like and be like, whoa, wait. I was like, for real? Like this is how it happened? And he's like, I don't know. Just kind of stumbled in. So yeah, you're gonna want to check that out. It's a cool interview. That's gonna go up probably around the 14th, I think, is when it's gonna go up. So not for a little while. Still got some editing to do on it. Yeah, what else is there? I'm gonna try to do some art tomorrow. I found that like doing some coloring in the evening is easier for me than doing like art, like drawing in the evening, because if I end up drawing in the evening, it's really tough for me to focus. Like I got to be sharp for drawing, and coloring kind of comes second nature to me. I can kind of do that and chill. So this was fine for that. So I'm going to try to do some drawing in the morning. We're going to try to finish off those Fresno Nightcrawlers. Maybe talk a little bit about silk screening and prints at that point. I'm trying to find my way through that. And then as always, Sunday, we're doing Skies of Arcadia, Sunday morning. So come hang out for that. Streaming all weekend. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Keep making comics. Post on the Colors Jam. See you on the next one.